All right, we're here this year, Tucson International Academy, and we're doing the 4th year of the Facing Dragons quest. And every year we pick a new theme. We've done purpose, we've done success, we've done leadership, and this year is the My Story quest. So getting to know, for each of them, what's my story? And story is another word for beliefs, and also the identities that we've taken on about who we are and who we're not.
Remember, I am is an identity. An identity is a story. The story can change with a new decision. You can commit to a new story here today.
Any great story includes trials and challenges and crises. That's what oftentimes helps us grow to the next level.
If you're waiting for the future, you'll never be there. The only thing we have is now.
The first day of our Facing Dragons quest is with all the students, 4 high schools, all coming together in one big group. So that's a lot of energy and it's very exciting. So every year, the second day, we do senior students. It's their grad year. They're at a pressure point in their journey. They need to make some decisions. And so, for example, today it allows us to create a more intimate setting, and we're able to get more one-on-one. There's less distraction.
The better storyteller you can become in your life to yourself and even the people around you, the better your life is going to be. The quality of your life is going to be in direct relation to the quality of the story you're telling yourself about who you are and what you can or can't do.
Our commitment from TIA is that we are going to have every single student who graduates from TIA attending and be accepted to college as well. The majority of our students were having issues remaining in college, getting a good GPA, attending their classes. Temptation around them were all over the place. So we prepare them academically. We push them so that way they can be accepted into college. But Brodie comes in and gives them the life tools that are necessary for them to maintain a good GPA, for them to maintain a good college life. And that way, hopefully, they can eventually finish and get a degree as well.
In a pure form, you are pure life, okay? All life needs to do one thing, and that's what? It needs to grow.
For the past 4 years, Brodie has come out to help us with motivating us and helping us pursue our dreams and become the best that we can be. Facing Dragons is a way to get through our fears, and one of my dragons is graduating and going to college. I want to become a dentist, and so I guess my fear is actually succeeding in that instead of failing. So I've learned from Coach Brodie that you have to pursue your dreams and get out of your comfort zone and just try to become what you want to be in life.
Dragons are not here to take you out. They're here to help you to grow, to challenge you in a way that's going to cause you to grow so that you can reach to the next level in your life.
The whole thing with Facing Dragons, as Brodie has, and I have his logo right here, Facing Dragons is more than anything understanding that everybody has a problem. And as we all know, dragons don't exist. So our problems are more than anything a tribulation that we go from time to time. And in order to slay our dragon, or in order to solve our problem, there's a method, there's a way. And we need to understand our dragon. We need to know what we're facing, so in order for us to be able to slay our dragon.
My dragon is public speaking. I don't like that. It's hard for me. I want to go to college and be a nurse. So I have big plans ahead. So you have to learn how to be patient and calm and pay attention and be focused in the present. No matter what, you can always be successful in your own way.
Our student population is about 90 to 95% Hispanic. A lot of them are first-time college students, so they don't really have a clue how college will be, and they're concerned about money, the ability to pay for college, what will I actually do when I'm there. So being able to go through a little bit of the mindfulness training, allowing them to learn how to breathe so that they can actually think about their choices and make the best ones, I think is really helpful.
The dragons that I'm facing is fear and to try to impress people. The things that I've been learning to help overcome these dragons is just to maintain my breathing and to know that I don't have to impress people, I have to just impress myself. By just focusing on ourselves and try not to focus on so many other people, but you have to start loving yourself before you can love someone else.
Our cultures have become so soft and sort of caretaking, these young kids coming up, Whereas if you went back a few thousand years, we all lived in tribes and we had what was called a rite of passage. A lot of the kids here face this challenge. Like, a lot of them here are the first kids in their family to ever graduate high school, let alone go on to college and complete college. That's their dragon, really is. So we need to find ways to be able to create rites of passages and challenges that bring us close to death, mortality, our biggest fears. And so down here, last year we did our first ice bath challenge. And we set this big dunk tank, we put 50 bags of ice in it. All the kids were like, there's no way I'm going in there. And it isn't just about going in. This year we went out and the kids could see their breath. It's so cold. And we're down here in the desert in Arizona where it's usually hot. So all these kids came out in their t-shirts and they're all shivering already. And they're all just, their eyes are wide and they're like, no, I'm not gonna do this. But then, one by one, they started going in because we trained them about what fear actually is. Fear is fuel for your purpose. If fear is fuel for your growth. Everything you've been praying for, the world is gonna show up to help you get it, but it's not gonna be in the most convenient package that you hoped it would be. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna show up as some kind of challenge or fear. So we're literally creating an experience where they confront their biggest fears, their biggest discomforts, and then they willingly, within themselves, say, yes, I'm gonna do this because I know that I wanna grow and I know that I'm facing these challenges. It's no longer about other people taking us out of our comfort zone and putting us through a rite of passage. Now it's in our own hands for us to create this for ourselves.
It's a mentality breakthrough more than anything. It's having the students understand that sometimes they need to come out of their comfort zone. Sometimes they need to step outside of the box, think outside the box, push themselves a little further.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
We had a game today where it was very powerful. So we were able to merge both competition and collaboration into one game. But they weren't competing against each other anymore. Now they're competing against the time. And the first time we did this challenge, they were able to do the challenge in about nearly 9 seconds. I guided them through this process. I connected them not only to their own center of themselves, but to each other and to the world around them. And we were able to go to 2.98 seconds. 2.98. So not only do we hit their goal, because we're going to be working on goals this afternoon, and oftentimes what happens with our true goals is they seem impossible. So we not only hit their goal, but we crushed their goal, right? Now they authentically have an experience of doing the impossible in a game setting, we're working together. So the ideal outcome here with the Facing Dragons quest, number one, I believe this is in life as well, that life is actually a game that we signed up for. And number one, just like a video game, number one challenge is to remember who we really are. Second is to identify our purpose. Why are we really here? And then third is to actually take that and live it, put it into action. And what's the story they're telling themselves about college, for example, or getting into a relationship, or their health, or their grades, or whether they want to, what job they want to get, whether they want to start their own business, or around things like drugs and addiction, or suicidal thoughts, or depression. These are all stories. They're all patterns. They're all identities. So one of the exercises we do, and this will, around the success, is identify the old story. What's been the story up until now? You've been telling yourself and believing from what other people have been telling you. What's the old story? Second part, and this is what they walk away with, is their new story. Who they really are, why they're really here, what they're committed to. They're already taking action on some uncomfortable things within this quest. So we've conditioned that. We're getting them connected to each other in that way versus feeling alone, feeling like nobody gets them. Now we have true accountability. They're coaching each other. They're making commitments. They're following through on them. So success is really having a new story about who they are, why they're here, and that they're putting that into action.